They say every journey begins with a single step, but in my case, it's a pretty big one that revolves around this animal right here, the Blue Tree Monitor. My name is Eddie Guerra, but for the last couple of years, I've been known as Father Blue online, and I've amassed a big following who's been following the journey of me working with these animals, which has now led me here, building and finishing out a 51-foot catamaran. You might be asking why? Well, let me show you. The lands of the Raja Ampat. Our goal, to be able to freely maneuver and continue with our work and research, both for these animals and the people that call these lands their home. I've dedicated the last 5 years of my life, even going as far as to visit them at their natural habitat. Just to understand what they're doing out here in the wild naturally, what they're eating, how they're mating, how they're behaving, on researching, working, reproducing, and educating the world about these animals. These beautiful lands have provided so much for the people and to me that I've made it my duty now to do everything I can in my power to both help them and the animals any single way that I can.
Good morning, you hooligans. It's a long day. Well, the day just started actually. But we got still a ton of work to do, obviously. We ain't even halfway done. See my beautiful mess? It's amazing. And I'm happy that I'm in it. We've done a lot of work. Sorry we haven't been posting videos regularly. To be quite honest, it's just a lot easier for someone that's solo, like myself, to just work versus stopping, setting up a shot, recording, all this stuff. That's gonna change soon. This has pretty much been my life for the past month, really. Just been out here in Florida, working on this boat, living out this trailer, day in, day out, eating, breathing, sweating out fiberglass. And it's been a crazy time, to be quite honest. We've been out here literally living like it's the prairies. I mean, there's nothing out here. A couple boats do cross by the little canal, which is cool. And this is a little work kind of situation that's over here, and I'm very blessed to have this structure over me to protect me from the thunderstorms and the rain and the heat. The Florida heat is crazy, but yeah, so far so good. These two holes, the amount of persistence, work, labor, blood, sweat, tears that have come out in order to move this along has been, crazy. This is probably one of the bigger projects I've ever taken on by myself. But it's the motivation of you guys watching it, you guys commenting, you guys giving me advice, the people from outside of YouTube as well contacting me and seeing this. I'm being inspired. I mean, the mission has always been the same. We want to get this boat ready so that we can take it out to Indonesia and do our work over there. And we're proud of to be working this hard to move it forward to that position. I don't know if I ever took a before and after, but this is one of the bigger projects that we were working on for the past couple days here, since we haven't been posting videos, is this guy. And you can kind of see it here that we beefed up this entire section here. All of this is glassed in. This is all Kusa, bonded, reinforced, everything to make this solid, because this holds a tremendous amount of weight, and for some reason it was never properly finished, in my opinion, but who's to say? So we built this, which is amazing, and I'm actually very excited for how this came out. Thanks to my boy Alex for giving the suggestion, because this wasn't even something I even thought about. These might look like a fin that you'd find on the back of a Supra, but they're not. These are actually reinforcements. They're stringers that we had to put in here. Now the reason being is that for some reason, I don't know why, they went very puny in terms of the design of how they were supporting something very heavy, the longer arm. So I don't know if you can really see that, but the actual thickness of what the longer arm was from this line to here. We're talking about not even a 1/4 inch. And this was supporting maybe like, I want to say like 600-700 pounds easily of weight. And that was just bare how it is. That's not even before we even add a platform and everything like that to it. The anchors, all the other stuff. No idea what they were thinking. For reference, that piece right there holds up this thing right here. This is the longer arm, right? And this thing on its own probably weighs 700, 800 pounds easily. I can't even lift this thing, it's so heavy. Oh, that's all good. My little bit of strength. But this is huge. And that piece off of maybe like 1.5 feet of clearance, and it was probably only not even a 1/4 inch thick of glass that was around it, was supporting this. Granted, it was supported in the front right here by an aluminum beam, but still, there's no way in the world that was able to support all that weight. So we decided to beef it up. So we put these big old stringers that go behind the thing about 2 to 3 feet deep. And they're just bonded right now. We're gonna shape it to fit the form of this. We're not playing with the inside, we're only messing with the outside. And then we're gonna glass it all over. And what this is gonna do is add structural rigidity to this part so that it can help distribute the load that we had before. So we ended up putting about 1/2 inch Kusa double-sided glass and the stringers as well. And again, we're gonna glass them in and take care of that.
So let's cut to some of the work that we had to get done. Before we could even continue some of the other work that we wanted to get done, we had to make sure that we prepped up the actual center deck as much as we could. So that involved more sanding, making sure every single surface was flat and prepped up, cleaned up as well afterwards with acetone, so we can move on to the next step, which was fairing the entire sides of the hull. Once that was done, then we knew that all the other projects could be taken priority.
So hopefully you can finally see kind of what we were working on. But we went ahead and faired and sanded these sides completely smooth. So no longer do we have to worry about any of the lumpiness that we had on the sides. We did the rest of the deck as well, just faired it out. So she's relatively smooth. Our next mission are these radiuses here that we were working on previously. Now we've done most of the center deck. The only parts that are missing are these rear panels. But we have an interesting situation right here, and I'll show you in a second. For some reason, I'm not sure why, the consistency was way off when they were building this. So on the rear section of the boat, there are 2 drain holes that are about 5 inches in diameter, 2.5 radius. Not sure why. On the front end right here, they decided to do on this corner about a 2.5 inch radius drain hole. Maybe even a little bit bigger, maybe 2.5, 3 inches. Then we get here and it's even smaller. It's only a 1 inch diameter hole. Why? I don't know. So in order to keep everything kind of consistent, we're going to bore both of these drain holes to the 5 inch diameter drain hole total. And we're going to use these fiberglass rods that I just showed you earlier in order to do this. Now I'm going to show you what we've already done. Here you can see the bottom of it protruding, but this is the fiberglass rod. And these, mind you, were already cut here. We just put these fiberglass poles through them to give them more security, and then we pasted them in there with reinforced resin. Now I'll show you the top. Now here's the top section. All we have to do now is just grind this down flat. And then we're probably gonna glass around the edges on the bottom and top too, just to reinforce it, make sure it's super solid in there. But that should be fine. I just have to grind this little ridge. But that's the drain hole. And so we wanna put both of those, that one, that size, on each corner, just to make everything uniform, because honestly, I don't wanna go ahead and buy more fiberglass tubing if I don't have to. I already have materials here. All right, dude, so we got our little boring hole, and we're gonna get it started, dog. Luckily, I thickened epoxy in this last night so that I had something to drill into. Otherwise, this is not possible. Okay, now that we have those two holes cut out, our next job is to cut this fiberglass tubing that we have because this is what we're gonna sandwich in the middle. And we're gonna leave it a little bit higher up so that we can shave it in place that we need to. And we're gonna mix some thickened epoxy inside of the holes in order to like fill up all the air pockets and gaps that are in there. This is foam core, by the way. We obviously did damage the matrix by cutting through it, but we're gonna re-glass it, re-core it, and everything like that to fill in the voids and make this super strong. These are just drains. They're just drains. We'll have 4 total on the entire top deck, not including the each individual compartments that have their own drains as well. Lastly, the center deck is pretty much built and finished. We faired every section of the center deck, did everything we needed to do to this guy. It is flat as we needed to be. We needed more than that. We also did a really cool radius on the edges. Very happy with that one. And we sealed up the drains. You can see our really sick little holes here, our little drain holes. Each one of them now is about 5 inches in diameter total, and we have them 4 on this entire cockpit, all the same size, so we would just plug them up with drain covers and they're all good to go. Secondly, another very cool project we worked on were these right here, where we built these big old fat old radiuses throughout the entire boat. So you can see them here. They also go up here and down over here. And we're very excited about those. For some reason I was super like amped to get that done because I just thought it was going to make everything look cleaner and more finished, and to me it does. So we got to sand these down a little bit, and then from there we're ready to glass this guy. Once those 2 end pods are done, there's nothing else that we need to do on this thing other than maybe finishing off these, but that's for a later date, honestly. And so this has been the main office for the most part daily. From right here is where we do all our prep work, our designing, our thinking, brainstorming, and the layup. Honestly, this is, like you guys have shown before, the lamination station. We got all our big tools that we need, from our brushes, our roller, our Cavasil, our epoxies, our acetones, our PPE, everything in between, even our sandpaper's all here ready to go. So in all honesty, you guys, I have a ton of work still, and again, we're doing it solo for right now, but we're getting it done. We're cranking away all these little small projects. For the most part, the holes still have a couple little jobs that we need to do. It's mostly fairing on the outside. Very small stuff, but we were trying to get the center deck really being the priority for right now. And once that's done and gel coated, then it just is more motivation to finish the other stuff too. So, and once we're finished with this project right here, the center deck, our next one is to work on the beams. And then once the beams are done, we'll do the longerons as well. We're hoping to have all that done within the next month. And surprise, we get a crew member coming up very soon that I can't wait to introduce you guys to. Should help with all the work that we're doing: video editing, video filming, and sanding, fairing, all that stuff. You might be wondering, why are we going so hard on this entire project? And truth be told, it's because we fully believe in our mission and our cause and why we're doing this. And all of it is to help protect the blue tree monitor, to get out to Indonesia, to help the people of Batanta, to bring new opportunities, bring new awareness, get some more information about these animals, and fully make a difference. That's why we're investing all this time, effort, equity into this project to get it done. And thanks to some really amazing people out there that have contacted us, we're gonna get that done. I can't really say much about what's going on behind the scenes, but just be prepared. A lot of stuff is moving, and we're super excited about it. Again, we're projecting 2 years, and I know to a lot of people that seems ridiculous, really crazy. But because so much of the work has already been done, and we're just really doing finishing work, to be quite honest, I think it's gonna be pretty manageable. And we'll be out in the Raja Ampat doing the mission that we've been trying to do, and inspiring you guys to also pursue challenges and and accomplish the goals that you guys have in mind as well. It's been such an amazing journey so far, and I'm honestly been so humbled by this challenge because it's the biggest one that I've ever done by myself. But it's just motivation. It's more motivation to keep on getting the story out there, to keep on pushing, to keep on making these videos, to keep on getting the work done. And hopefully very soon, you'll see us out in the water. This is your boy, Eddie, aka Father Blue. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll try to post a little bit more often, but bear with us. Till then, you guys, as always, love all my big dogs.